Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thanks for being here. This is another live stream. I just followed up with Crypto Jesus about Ballot AI, and things are moving forward. Really excited. I just want to make a little capsulated video summarizing what we talked about. I really can't wait. Within 24 hours or so, I'm going to be getting everything on the road to go to Florida for some campaigns. We have two petition campaigns coming up. I'm the creator of some projects for ballot access that will revolutionize direct democracy processes so the people can start deciding on what laws we want to change in our states ourselves. I'm going to leverage the two campaigns I have in Florida and all the community of petitioners working with me to distribute cryptocurrency known as ballot AI tokens to every petitioner to incentivize their work and give equity in the future of direct democracy to them. The workers on the ground who put their blood, sweat, and tears into petition work, getting people involved behind issues that matter. Now, the issues we're getting into are what have you, not necessarily like the top issues to solve the worst problems in government, but they're important problems. And we're going to have a lot of discussion what the top issues are. I think we already know what some of the top issues are, and we can agree on them. The key is knowing how to get them on the ballot. The solutions are not at a shortage. What the people are missing right now, why you need to follow this channel, like and share, is because people need a strategy. And that's what I'm here to bring. I've been involved. I've been an activist my whole entire adult life since the year 2000 when I was 18. I got involved in ballot access. I'm 42 now. And ballot initiatives are my lifeblood because it is what I have fell in love with, recognizing that we have as a power to stop the corruption in the government, to protect our freedom, to protect our liberty, and to even create justice in our lifetimes and in the election period. So we have 2 more years till the next election and 4 more years to the next presidential election, and things are just starting now. It's not like politics is over because Trump won and now we can sit back and relax. In fact, we have a whole struggle within our states that still needs to be battled. We have governors runs for office. We have all of our state legislature. But most importantly, we have the right to ballot initiative within our states. And under the 10th Amendment, we can nullify any kind of unconstitutional federal laws that have not been nullified yet by Trump. And we can create sovereignty protections within our state from our own state and future federal governments forever that can never be overturned, because when the will of people decides the ballot, it is permanent, and the government does not have the authority to overturn that. So says the Constitution. It's embedded in the Constitution. It's fundamental, but it has been occulted and hidden from the public on purpose because they don't want you to know your inherent power to be involved and actually stop the corruption and waste and the greed that exists. They don't want you to know. And the crisis is that we have so many political leaders running for office that themselves are either ignorant or just playing the game, that don't empower you to know that you already have a right to direct democracy to stop the corruption yourself, regardless whether they win or not. Because the direct democracy processes can be executed in our waiting period between now and the next election, simply by getting out of our homes, getting out there, having fun. I was just talking to Crypto Jesus. He said we forgot how to have fun. Petitioning doesn't really seem like a normal way to have fun, but it is. If you're working on a really important cause that you care about and you're just asking people to sign a petition that you never met, it's fun to meet new people. It's fun to get people involved and get them engaged. It's absolutely an amazing opportunity for us to participate in future governance where we are the signers of our Constitution instead of waiting for the politicians. Instead of passively acquiescing, being complacent to whatever they do, we can take a role in our community now and make the difference. Ballot AI token is backing a technology that empowers us to have access to this process at a fraction of the cost, with full transparency and more efficiency than we've ever had before. The industry as it is today has no transparency and extremely inefficient. We're using AI to cut out all the manual labor, the human labor of doing validation, first of all. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry we're going to disrupt with the petition verifier. We have ID verifier, which also solves a whole world of problems to make sure people involved in voting and signing petitions are absolutely accurate before they sign. And it's crucial for an e-democracy when we want to decide on what laws we want to change in our future, to have our vote heard on the internet through an e-democracy, you see. We want to make sure that people within a state are actually from that state and our citizens deciding on the laws, that we're not allowing for people to vote on our state's laws that matter to our community. But the key is here we want to follow a guideline of the non aggression principle, make sure that none of the laws we push raise taxes or use police coercion and power to implement the use of force on someone that has not themselves harmed anyone else. So any laws we create are simply to reform government, make it better, make it transparent, end the corruption and waste, and end the fraud, and get the criminals out. We can use recalls to kick them out, referendum to block every bad law, initiative to create any new law we want to change. And that leads to a whole host, a plethora of opportunity of every kind of possibility your mind can imagine of what solutions we already know about that should be implemented next. And we also have the right to citizen grand jury, where we have checks and balances in the legal system to Supreme Court judge decisions. We have checks and balances to prosecute, to subpoena, and call to witness testimonies, to bring evidence about potential crimes of any state actor, any politician, any corporate leader. We have the right to citizen grand jury that's overlooked in 6 states that can be used to prosecute against crimes affecting those states that the federal government did, such as with the COVID lockdowns and forced vaccination against public workers, for example. Last time it was used wasn't since the Oklahoma City bombing. Should have been used for 9/11, but wasn't quite as effective. I played a role in the Massachusetts ballot initiative, but to our dismay, a known ally who helped end the Vietnam War, Mike Gravel, ended up ripping off all of the fundraisers apparently, and everyone was very dissatisfied with him, and he so forth just kind of drifted off into obscurity following UFOs and kind of got out of politics at that point. But I've been involved in so many things. 9/11 investigation. I've been, I just worked for Elon Musk's biggest petition in the whole world at $47 a signature, and he's paying me. I got a confirmation. It's about 30 grand I made in 3 weeks that I'm investing in this program software. It's true. He announced $47 a petition. It's on my X profile. You can follow at Liberty Economy. I really could appreciate you tweeting and sharing the posts. I know I have some typing edits I can't edit at this time, and it was kind of made in a rush because I'm so busy. But I'll work on taking better care of that in the future. Everything is just happening very rapidly, and I'm a cog in the wheel. I'm just here to do my part in the universe and play a role bringing direct democracy to you. But it's ultimately up to you. It's up to those that you can share this with to continue passing the torch like the Olympians do. Pass the torch on someone else so they can promote direct democracy. And that's how we have a decentralized direct democracy message. And when we do that, if 2 people tell 2 others to tell 2 more, the process continues. We have millions of people in no time. We need to understand the mechanism of direct democracy to implement it, not get caught up in one individual campaign, because we can get all the campaigns on the ballot at the same time with record efficiency with our software and with the strategies that we implement through our community. So I implore you to go to ballot.ai, check us out, join our Telegram, buy some Ballot AI tokens, and be a part of this before we hit 70K, before we get on every decentralized exchange, and make some profits off it, if you will. But it's not about the money, it's about long term. That's why we have the staking platform. And I just got through a very lengthy conversation with Crypto Jesus about the staking platform and all the utilities with the DEX. We're launching a decentralized exchange next, and a launch pad for exclusive utility tokens only available to those who stake the Ballot AI token, and most importantly, a DAO. We will also have NFT sales. People that buy the NFTs are invited, token holders are invited to the DAO, and that's where you get to vote inside the DAO on what laws you want to change. We'll be implementing another blockchain. We'll have another cryptocurrency only available to the people who are part of this that will be in the launchpad, and that will be for the whole e-democracy platform. Very simple to implement, in fact. And we will build that because it's surprising nobody else is, not to the degree that we are going to. We're going to create a comprehensive clearinghouse for everything related to direct democracy, from e-democracy, organizing the public, grassroots sustainable campaigns and fundraising, and ballot access, signature collection. We have 3 apps that are utilities. We're going to create more, but 3 apps almost ready to go. The MVPs are being installed to my computer right now. Actually, I have to accept. Look at this. Furkan is trying to log in right now. That's my developer. Yep. He's out. Let's see. Hey, how's it going, Furkan? I just let you back in. Everything good?
Okay. Okay, perfect, perfect. Sorry.
You're good. How's the progress going
Yeah,
along?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm almost done. Just doing the UI components, and then I'll be linking him up, and it will be good.
Excellent. So I'll be able to run like a little MVP of both these on the laptop. Is that right?
Yep, sure.
Amazing.
Definitely. Let's hope like that's how the software works. I'm not sure how it works. I haven't gotten any of the demo.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because we tested it before. So once it's at this point, does any code development you do, does it reflect on my computer? So when I want to access it, it will reflect any changes you make.
No,
Oh, okay.
it does not because and these are local, so these aren't deployed anywhere. So the changes won't reflect on your machine.
Okay, but when if you could continue working on the code, as we absolutely are going to have several upgrades anyway, then what would it take? Is it a quick, easy like update that would allow for the review of the updates? Like, is that another time when you log into the computer and you have to do this? So hopefully, it won't take us long.
We can do that. Like, we'll have to set up Git for that. But for now, I'll have to like manually do it.
Okay. And it does. Is it really takes
the development point? We'll set things up and we'll like make the automations accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. What do you think your ETA is on this? It's pretty close, huh? Because you've been working a lot.
Yeah, well, basically, the package has been like, it's been hours, it's not being installed. So I'm gonna try another thing to install it. It's taking too much time, I don't know why. Okay. So, yeah, it's just because of that. So, ETA would be like 2-3 hours more max.
Oh, cool, man. Well, I'm going to be going to sleep soon. So when I wake up, I'm sure that would be cool. Just I'll check the messages.
When you'll wake up, I'm sure it will be done.
You're the man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll follow up with you soon. Thank you.
Sure, man.
Talk to you soon. So perfect timing, just getting a call from him right now. So yeah, I'm going to have the MVPs on my computer to show contractors in Florida where I'm going. I am hiring for the legalized marijuana petition. Yet again, they want to recreationally legalize it in Florida, and for casino, for the Native Americans, there's two sides to it. It sounds like small casinos want to have a chance to, or small tribes want to have the same casino rights as the larger tribes. That's the word on the street. I'm looking at filing a ballot measure. If you check my X.com profile, I just posted model legislation that's a first draft. I think it's a good draft. And I'm going to look a little further at filing a ballot measure, not even as a Florida citizen, because I believe this is perfectly legal and possible. That's how these things work. I can simply drive to Tallahassee and file a ballot measure for a Bitcoin reserve. And that's what I plan to do. And my goal is to do this and leverage the campaign activity of my workers to get a bonus if they could simply collect signatures on the Bitcoin reserve petition, try to use it as a lead for a little extra 25 cents or something, what I can squeeze out of my override, make it fair for them, give them a payment out of my own money to see how many of these signatures I can actually collect over the course of the season. Maybe even get all the other petitioners across the state through word of mouth starting to collect it. And my goal is to go down to Bitcoin Miami, get interest, and make enough money off my contractors that I can sponsor it and put Ballot AI at the Bitcoin Miami conference, um, you know, sponsor list. Maybe find some big whales down there that want to be participating, because we are starting on Solana, but thanks to Layer Zero, we can cross chain. We're absolutely going to Ethereum as soon as we sell the first 2 or 3 NFTs. We're going to create the bridge. We're going to create a clone site of everything we're doing on Solana on Ethereum. And we are going to, at that point, then branch to the next chain. We want to go to base chain, and I want to go to Bob, the build on Bitcoin EVM network. And there's several other Bitcoin EVM networks, and promote an idea that's time has come. With the Bitcoin halving event every 4 years, it only makes sense that we fundraise for Bitcoin backed ballots. That we fundraise with Bitcoin, and every 4 years, with the timing of the Bitcoin markets, we strategically extract capital while always holding some for reserve for long term, but we extract some capital and we manage the markets correctly so that investors that get in early for these ballots leverage all the international Bitcoin growth so that by the time it's so crucially close to ballot access deadlines, we have the capital available to deploy to the pros to get the signatures in time. Bitcoin backed ballots makes sense. Why fundraise in dollars when it's correlating with the elections anyway? Every 4 years, we can use Bitcoin to fundraise for the ballots, to have a Bitcoin reserve. Most importantly, in my opinion, and I would like to have the debate with Dennis Porter, so hopefully tag him and share this video with him if you see him on X. The top initiative I believe Bitcoiners need to get behind is paper ballots with a Bitcoin ledger to first raise awareness of Bitcoin to the public and to everyone that knows the vote matters. That's every common sense voter, whether they're right, left, or center, just for the principle of voting to have an audit so we do not have these discrepancies, so we do not have these huge legal debates that are so costly, and we give everyone a tangible paper ballot that's backed on the Bitcoin ledger. Simple solution. I already have the legislation for 5 states. I can draft others relatively easily. I may even draft that ballot measure for Florida and a few others, just see what it's like once I get my foot in the door with the first one. So this will be very exciting. If this works, then I'll be at Bitcoin Miami with a host of Bitcoin-related ballot measures. I have several I could go into, but I'd like you to subscribe. I'd like to tell you more later. I'd like to go into them in individual videos. So please be a part of this and share this video. If you liked what you heard, leave a comment below. Join the Telegram. That's what's key. And see about getting a little ballot AI in your wallet, because we are launching soon. We are going to be promoting. We're going to be doing a lot now, thanks to the help of the community and myself, because I'm the majority investor in this. But no, just kidding. Thanks to the community. We have a great community, people from Nigeria that are not scammers, that are into crypto because they want a future and they are so sick of the corruption of their government. They love this program. Everyone should look up to them. And it's crazy if you think about them getting involved in it when it's a US kind of based organization. But what we're doing is international. We're releasing software for the whole world to use for ballot access, and the method to have sustained political clout to put pressure on the state so that the people's will be heard and that we can make magic happen. Absolutely. We can change our future, making the world of change through our willpower, taking action, collecting the signatures as needed, put pressure on the government, and most importantly, to put it on the ballot so we can vote on the laws ourselves. Research what I've written at Ballot AI. There's a lot more in production. There's so much more that needs to come forward, but I hope you can engage in the conversation so I can answer questions. 24 years in this industry now, since 2000, the industry of making laws and getting people involved. And I'm working to decentralize direct democracy, to become the people's political consultant and help others do the same, so that we can spread the wisdom of decentralization of government worldwide, that we never need to rely on the hierarchical structure again. We don't need to wait for politicians. We could already be changing the laws. We just need a community dedicated to do so. Constitutional amendments sound like a big deal, but if you have just a few thousand people in any state like Florida that want to make it happen, getting out there 1 day a week to collect signatures is all it's going to take, and you can get all the signatures. You have a 4-year time limit in Florida, last I checked. They may have cracked down on it. They made it hourly, but let's see what happens. Hourly for paid workers, but we need volunteers first, and we can still pay hourly with a tiered structure and incentivize the free market of signature collection, so people will collect the signatures. So there's never a deadline too close, because pros will get out there and do the work as long as you plan early. I know it sounds contradictory, but what I'm trying to say is, if you pay enough, the petitioners will come. I know thousands of them through the Facebook networks. We just have a few hundred on X.com. Facebook's been the space to be for the longest, but we can get anything on the ballot if you put the money there. So if you want to donate Bitcoin to that, please let me know. I can get my address to you. Let's have a conversation. Let's start talking about ballot access. Forget waiting on politicians. Dennis Porter's got a great plan. He's done a lot of things. I admire what he's done. But where there is resistance to what the legislature is doing, it's time for the people to stand up. And he has also agreed that he believes in this and wants to get back to me in February considering it. I think that if I take the action and file in Florida, you could see a great coalition between what I'm doing and what Dennis Porter is doing, because we will witness history in the making as we join forces. And we want you to be a part of that. So join in early, be part of Ballot AI. Thanks so much for being here. Look forward to giving you updates soon.